If you have that content, if you have your digital plumbing in place, if you have the ad accounts that are created on Twitter and Reddit and YouTube, and like if you have all that stuff ready and you have the content ready, making the ads to boost for $1 a day against the targets you want to reach is so easy. It's been a while.
Been a while, yeah.
Well, it's your podcast. We're recording on our link, I guess. I'll give you the file when it's done.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I saw the calendar invite said that it was for your show, and my assistant was like, I think you're going to be on his podcast. I was like, okay, I'm down for either.
It's your show. I think I gave you that link just to get availability.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, the first time I booked it, I accidentally booked it on Thanksgiving.
I saw that.
Well, cool. So before we start, I just wanted to see if there's anything that you're promoting right now.
Well, I'm promoting the Content Factory, and I have the best-selling book in social media right now on Amazon.
The TikTok one, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want, you could study up on it. I'll send you a copy, and then you can quiz me on it or whatever later if you want to prepare more.
Yeah, sure.
Why don't we just do that? That way we're both more prepared.
Do you want to do this later then?
Yeah, let's just do it later.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm not as prepared.
No problem at all. I believe in doing things right versus doing things fast.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah. And I keep actually meaning to get the book. So tell me a little bit about the Content Factory.
Let me show you real quick.
Because I've seen you post about that, but I thought that it was, I mean, is that just your series of courses?
No, it's how we do everything. This right here, because there's more social media channels, because there's more tools, there's more websites, there's more figureheads, there's more podcasts, there's more places to publish, there's more ways to produce. We believe that any agency owner, any entrepreneur, any business owner should be in that first stage in purple. They should be producing content. Yeah. Producing content of different types, making 1-minute videos, taking pictures at restaurants, stuff that's on their phone. There's a lot of content that we're all producing, but then we get constipated because we don't know how to process it. We try to do it ourselves. We try to use these different tools. We like VAs that use Descript, and there's a couple other tools. Like we use the full Adobe suite, but then once you process it, you can then publish it to all these other channels. So we don't produce content for TikTok or for YouTube or for Google or for GMB or for Facebook or LinkedIn. Production happens in this first stage. It's channel independent. It gets processed so it can then live in the right way across all these channels. That's publishing.
Right.
And that means publishing, taking videos and transcribing them, turning the articles, and then we can promote it. And that's $1 a day and saying thank you and whatnot. So this whole system, all of digital marketing or marketing in general follows these 4 stages.
Yeah, I love it. This is almost like what I'm doing, except for so I have Carlos, my full-time content guy, and then I have my assistant, Julia. So we are basically, most of my content comes from the podcasts, and then we'll shoot this series of the podcast called Brain Dump.
Yeah.
And inside of Brain Dump, I just answer Q&A kind of questions, right? People submit their questions and I answer them on video. And then we take all of that into clips for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Reels, Instagram, all of that. And then we have like mid-range clips, usually from the podcast. We've done a couple of vlogs. The vlogs are just it's a lot of editing,
Yep. So the key is you do it all through VAs or in-house team if you want. That's expensive. And Digital Marketer, right?
The website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The conference, the website. So I put together a training where I walk through how to do all of that.
Wow.
And I sketch it through all the different tools. I show how to repurpose. Doesn't matter if it's a podcast, an interview, a customer testimonial. UGC is the main thing that we're pumping through this.
What'd you say?
User-generated content.
Got it. Okay.
I'll show you one thing real quick. So we have a ton of name brand clients, which is great.
Yeah.
One of them is World Gym, and they're the ones who are for the serious bodybuilders. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger and these kinds of guys. They use World Gym. This is not for people trying to lose weight for the first time or something, right?
Right.
And you have these people that are posting what they're doing at World Gym. This happens to be on TikTok. We can take all of these posts, reach out to these people and say, wow, I really like this post that you made about how to do this thing. Can we boost it? So now this is UGC. We're using all the content that our fans and customers are creating. So then we, as World Gym and the different locations where we have World Gyms worldwide, don't have to try to produce our own content. So the whole reason why TikTok is growing on the ad side is you can boost other people's posts. And that's part of the Content Factory. That's just more inputs into the Content Factory. More inputs in the first stage, more process in the second stage, more cross-posting the third stage, more boosting in the fourth stage.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny when we first met in Phoenix through Jeff. I remember you just listening to you guys talk. I was like, what the like I have no idea what's going like there's so much going on. I just don't get it. But I knew that something was going to change after that. Just being around you guys and then all the connections that I made through you guys. Now we're doing like a couple $1 million a year in one of my
Awesome.
businesses, and then I'm building other ones too. And now I'm doing a lot of acquisitions where I'm getting like minority stakes in companies to help build their systems, some of their marketing stuff, basically like SOPs, pretty basic, simple stuff that the average person who goes into business who's not a business person doesn't get. So I just learned so much from you, and at times it seemed a little advanced. I remember when I first learned about like the digital plumbing and things like that, I didn't understand any of that in the beginning. Like I remember hearing Google Tag Manager and I just shut down, and now, yeah. So anyways, sorry I wasn't as prepared. Usually I try to have just like a flowy conversation, but I will be more prepared next time we meet. And,
No
sorry
problem at all. Yeah, no, that's totally cool.
And then I got to use office hours more often. I've been on it for a couple months. I just don't really pop in. So I'll have to do that more often.
It's like, an insurance policy. You don't want to be using your insurance policy every month because that means your house burned down or your car got crashed or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The biggest thing is like every quarter or so, think of the thing that you want, right? What's the thing you want? Can I make a connection for you? Is there some kind of, tool or process or problem that we can solve? And just bring forward one or two things every quarter. And you do that, you get your value. A lot of people think, I have to attend every week. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Because do the thing that you need. So maybe it's an issue on SEO. We've done a ton of stuff on SEO.
Right.
You don't have to go to every single session on some people who are super successful, like Tommy Mello's in our group, and he's one of my favorite clients. He's a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
He will use it he'll say, there's a lot of things I don't even know that I don't know. And he'll come just to learn.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But the key is, Kevin, you just say, like, what is it that you want? I'm your magic genie. Say what it is you want. Either I know it, one of our friends knows it, we have a tool for it, we have some kind of training for it, we can help you find a VA for it. Like, why not, right?
I hit you up recently I almost committed to this company to do Instagram verification. They came through I know, and just something felt off about it. And it was like $30,000. And so basically I do one-on-one coaching with David Meltzer. So I can call him anytime. I can reach out to his team. Like I have pretty good access with him. And I know he's really well connected, which is why I invested into this. And his team connected me with somebody who they have a partnership with for verifications and stuff. But something just felt off about it. And my gut is usually pointing me in the right direction, at least. And they were saying that I need to do like a 10 to 20 article package, and it would be like 20 articles, 10 to 20, but like a minimum of a 10 article commitment at 1,000 a piece. And they were just like giving me all this about signing up, and I was, ready to, but anyways.
You could ask me about that. I know that game inside and out.
Yeah. And you're verified too. So sorry. Okay,
I've had my blue checks for 15 years.
Yeah, I know. So how do I know that you had mentioned writing articles, right? That helps.
Yeah, the thing is, these other guys that used to do article submissions, or what's called the fake artist method on Instagram, they say Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur, all that. Those guys are all getting flushed down the toilet because Facebook and Wikipedia and Instagram and all these guys know that they're paid contributors. So what you've probably seen happen in the last couple of months is a lot of these guys have had their verifications pulled, and the agency's been fired. The inside people at Instagram and whatever have been fired. Like, I just wouldn't even touch that. Just don't.
Yeah. So how do I do it the right way?
Do it the right way is you want to get real media placements. You want to get real, like if you look at my stuff, all of my stuff is completely real. There's nothing fake about it at all. So look, you see this? So here, I'm on TV. I'm in the Wall Street Journal. I'm on CNN in front of 3.5 million people live. I'm publishing on USA Today, Adweek. This is all legit. I'm speaking at major conferences.
Yep.
I didn't pay for this. I didn't pay some agency to let me be the keynote speaker at whatever place.
Right.
So when you look at all these major media outlets, every one of these is earned. Every one of these is people in the media reaching out to me for my opinion. not a PR person who's going out and saying, hey, you should interview Dennis on, like, there's none of that. This is all
Right.
completely real. And because it's real, it builds relationships. So you should interview Dave Meltzer, right? Think about something and then repurpose the heck out of that, which builds credibility. So when you tie what you do, owning other companies, digital agencies, VAs, whatever, you tie what you do with the people who are well-known, podcast, whatever it is, then you have all this content to put out there, and then you repurpose it, you run ads against it, which is the outside layer here.
Right.
Now you have assets that you continue to grow evergreen. You continue to put $1 a day against it.
Yeah.
This is the right way to do it. There's no shortcut to this.
Yeah. So you think boosting at $1 a day is the best way to do it?
If you have high authority content. So let's say that I teach the $1 a day thing, right?
Yeah.
And I teach 1-minute videos because those are the things that you boost.
Yeah.
So I'll have something like this, right? You seen this? Wait a second here. So instead of me teaching 1-minute videos, which I've done, I got a whole course on it.
Yep.
I then have Grant Cardone say, hey, Dennis wanted me to tell you about how you need to make a 1-minute video. And then this is what you get.
Hey guys, Dennis wanted me to send you this best 1-minute tip. Oh, you got to be up there.
So he says all his Grant Cardone stuff.
Don't keep this alive, okay? Hey, you guys be great 10x. And that dude you're working with, Dennis, he's a bad man. You see what I do? I keep getting your attention. He's a bad man. And that's my little girl right there. She a freak. And that used to be grapefruit on my.
So then this is something that I boosted, and it's on the Dennis Yu public figure page, which is not a profile. So I can run ads against it. So 100,000 people have seen it, right? And that drives more people into my courses and whatever it is. So then we have these figureheads that are on the outside here of all these figureheads, and I'll boost content that I have with these other people on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on whatever it is.
Right.
Podcast is the easiest way to collect that content because, as you know, you can chop it up and then boost it. See?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the whole thing about building influence.
Right.
About being well known, about driving sales. It's an SEO strategy at the same time because it ranks on Google for whatever topic that you want.
When you're posting like on your personal website and other.
Or you interview somebody and you say, hey, Kevin, that was, Dennis enjoyed having you on his podcast so much that he wrote this 5 things I learned from Kevin Pheley about how not to be a lazy cow or whatever. And he would like to put that on, honoring you and put it on your blog as a guest blog post.
Right.
If you like that, we'll give you first dibs. Otherwise, we'll just put it on our blog. But if you put it on your blog, then we're going to spend our money promoting that post that's on your site to drive more traffic to your site. Would you like that?
Right.
So it's an SEO strategy. See, you honor other people, which is the easiest way to, when you stroke their ego, you say good things about them, they're going to naturally share it. And then their audience now knows who you are. And you spend money to promote your edification of them to their audience.
Right. So last question. Sorry, I keep drilling you with questions. With getting the media, the real media placements, I've heard that I think I remember hearing you say something about you ran ads to certain
you
offices.
Target the media.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can target by where people work. So I can target people who work for the Wall Street Journal, who work at the LA Times, not people who read the LA Times or people who, watch CNN. I can target these people exactly.
Are you doing it just through,
Twitter, Facebook, remarketing, LinkedIn? There's lots of ways to do it.
Got it.
The whole $1 a day course is about how do you do that?
Yeah. Okay. I'll go back through that again.
It's powerful. People think like, oh yeah, $1 a day. I'm like, no, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I've been doing this thing for years and years. Like all the media I've gotten, all the business I've ever gotten,
right?
All the clients and connections I've ever gotten have come through this, and they've all been inbound. I've never had to cold call. I've never done cold outreach. I've never said, let's hop on a 15-minute Zoom. Never, not once. Getting Nike or Adidas or Red Bull as a client or Starbucks, like all of them came to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I did was I would write up something about how Adidas is crushing it in the Olympics because we did some great stuff for Adidas. And I would write that article on Adweek, which is high profile, or I put it on something that's well known, not my personal blog. And then I would run $1 a day against people who work in marketing at Nike.
Yeah.
Honoring what Adidas is doing. And of course, Adidas in that article will say, and thanks so much to Dennis Yu and the team for doing all the stuff they do around ads and whatnot. So then Nike reads that article and then they'd reach out and they say, hey, Dennis, love to invite you to headquarters and see maybe you can do something with us.
Right.
And I'd say, well, sure, I would love to. And so I would pretend as if like, wow, so cool. But I intended that because I'm playing chess 8 steps ahead. I already knew. I already pushed it out to the other people. It's like a Dream 100. I already pushed it out to all the people I want to see that. And I know I can't force it, but I know eventually those people will reach out to me. So every
Right.
client I've gotten is from doing this. It works really, really, really well.
Cool.
And people
I'll go
don't do
back-
it.
Yeah. I'll go back through all the courses and cool. Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, just study that concept. It's not like you have to like, repeat your entire master's degree or whatever. Like just study some of these key components. You'll see I say the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And then let's figure out how we do that for you. Like, who do you want to reach? What's your highest authority content? What do you want them to do and know about you? Have you structured into the topic wheel, which is what I just showed you? And then if you want, we can do a podcast and talk about it, or we could just do a working session and we actually implement it together. It's not hard to do.
Yeah. I think just not knowing like who I want to reach as a target, because I'm running ads. I spend like, I don't know, close to $1,000 a month on Facebook and Instagram, just on retargeting website viewers.
If you have clarity on exactly what you want them to do and who it is, then $1 a day is your laser target. But if you're not sure, then it doesn't matter what,
Yeah, I've just been trying to grow an audience like through paid ads. Like Billie Jean, I paid Billie Jean a bunch of money over the last couple of years, and I've kind of gotten like in with him, like I could probably
have
go
you
down to
interviewed
his
him and leveraged his sort of mini fame?
Yeah, he was on my podcast. We actually shot it in his studio, which is like a really nice spot.
Yeah, that's that new one. Have you been promoting it?
No, that's the thing, is the whole kind of standard operating procedure around the content is Carlos, like right now, has a camera. I'm mic'd up. We've obviously got this audio. Right. Carlos is sitting there in case something happens. And then we have like our podcast set up with like the Shure mics and the cloud lifter and all of that.
Right.
And then he takes it, he'll go and edit the content. And then once he has like a long form piece, he cuts it down into clips. So he'll watch it through, he'll mark clips, he'll go through and he'll like, if this was a podcast that we did, he would take our side by side, stack us on top of each other, have the text in the middle. Like we have that kind of stuff laid out, but it's all organic. We don't have anything towards ads right now, at least I refresh the ads every month and a half. Yeah. So I'm really like lazily doing it, but yeah.
Well, good. Well, let's do it. And then you can turn those things into blog posts, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
because if you only put it on social media, then it dies after a couple of days.
Yeah. Right.
Google
And then
will last forever. I have blog posts that are from 15 years ago that just keep providing ROI for me.
Yeah. So I should just write blog posts on my website?
No, you take the content you've already made and you just turn them into articles as well. Like any piece of content can be turned into not just many little snippets, but it can be repurposed across multiple channels. Like why would you put it only on YouTube? Why would you put it only on whatever, Spotify?
Right.
Have it live everywhere. I mean, have cut up pieces to be, for a reel or a TikTok or like whatever. I mean, I know you're doing that on the social media repurposing, but SEO and Google and all that is way bigger than social media in terms of ROI.
Yeah. Right.
Like, why, if you can decide what keywords you want to rank on, or maybe you don't, maybe you just, you interview Billie Jean or, Dave Meltzer, and you now start ranking on Billie Jean and Dave Meltzer because you turned the interview into an article and now Google can see it.
Right. Right. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah. Like you've just like opened up a treasure chest. Right?
Yeah, I know.
This is a huge opportunity. And the key thing is it takes zero effort on your part. You don't have to create any more content, Kevin. You already have created all this content. Now you have your VAs repurpose it.
Got it. All right, cool. Thank you.
Awesome, my friend.
Every time I learned so much from you and in your content too. The reason why I don't ask you a whole lot in office hours is because I know most of this stuff is out there for free. I just have to find it, No, so
but the thing is, if you're paying for a membership, you get the shortcut, right?
Yeah.
You're right. There's nothing in the world of marketing or business or whatever that hasn't already been said. So when you pay $50K to go to a mastermind, it's not like they're saying anything you don't already know. But the reason why people pay is they want to get there faster.
Yeah.
So you can just ask me directly. Why not? Right? That'll save you a lot of time.
Yeah. Cool.
Because with my experience, you can show me something, I'll look at it and I'll point out something you might not notice.
So through this press, my goal, I'm going to start writing out some blog posts and doing stuff like that through like press. Once I start to gain some press, how do I then get access to somebody with a media portal? Like how I have no
That's
idea.
An agency. Yeah, the media, but that's something totally different. So you have to be a major agency.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, like it used to be if you're spending a couple million a month, that was enough, and now it's way higher.
Got it. Okay. So how would I like get in with somebody to do that? Somebody that can make
There's some gray stuff, like you can pay other folks to do it. Like I know people will pay Ascend, for example, and they specialize in this, and they're, or Mogul Press will do that. But I think that stuff's really icky.
Yeah.
And they can't do a contract because it's against the TOS to do that.
Right.
I mean, Facebook, I had a media portal for quite a while, and I submitted a few people. I knew it was wrong to do that, but I did it.
Yeah.
And then some of the folks at Facebook said, hey, you can only do this for clients. They have to be actual clients. So I'd say, okay, we can just pretend to have a client, you're a client, you pay $1,000 a month and give us access to your business manager and all that. And we'll just like run a couple ads and then we'll submit you.
Right.
But they see through that. Like now when you do a verification request, you have to write up a whole business case to justify like why this makes sense.
Right.
It's just, I don't even think it matters that much. I know it's like a vanity thing. And other
Yeah.
people are, well, it's easy for you to say because, you already have all that. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
I just think like when I see somebody with the blue check, they get much more interactions. People, it's just
No, they get bigger interaction because they're better known. It's not because of the blue check.
You don't think so? Like, I just feel
I'm telling you, I have a blue check. I've had it for a long time. I know other people who have blue checks, and all of us agree it's not a big deal. What matters, I would rather have a great audience that loves me. I'd rather have a big list than like the blue. When you don't have a blue check, it's easier to like want to have it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's just vanity for you.
Yeah.
Get your blue check on Twitter. That's about to open up in a couple days.
Yeah.
And you pay the $8 a month, right?
Yeah. I already signed up, but they said it was like shut down or whatever. So I was
Yeah,
like,
they shut it down a week ago because they're all the imposters that came in and making all the fake accounts. And
yeah.
but they're opening it up again in a few days. So watch for it, sign up right away.
Yeah.
And then see, is your engagement higher? It'll be barely higher.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dennis, thank you so much.
Yeah. Awesome, Kevin. Well, let me know when you're ready. Let's do this thing.
Cool. Yeah. I'll just go back through that same link, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Just another time.
Awesome. Well, thanks again
Good
for
man,
the
Kevin.
flexibility. Appreciate it. And I'll order that book right now.
You're the best.
Cool.
Take a picture,
Thanks.
tag me.